Hello, guys. This is just who we are, man. This is who we are, mate. You get me? The spirit of the wolf is inside us all. Thank you, Wolverhampton Wanderers. First of all, Alan called me a coward last time. I don't even come on the Liverpool match reactions. I'm just gonna come every
Why,
time.
why,
Spurs
why,
lose.
why, why is
Every
Husam
time
like
Spurs.
taking
George,
control
I
over
have a
our
louder
match
mic, George.
reactions all
I
the
have a
time?
louder mic and a louder
No,
voice.
I
Don't
just
try.
wait. Husam, you said
Let
you're
me
not
give
our
my two
rival.
pence
Wait,
and hop
Husam,
off.
Husam. Since when?
Can I
No,
just give
Husam.
my two
Let me
pence and
know.
hop off
No,
so
no,
you keep an
Husam,
eye with
Husam,
your
Husam.
friends?
No,
Let me
Husam. We've
speak. I
spoken for
haven't even
years, and you've
spoken
said
yet.
Tottenham's not your rivals. Why are you the first guy on a
I'll
Tottenham
tell you
match
why I'm
reaction if
here.
we're not your rivals?
Because I
We're not
woke
your
up today.
rivals. Why are you the
Okay,
first
let me
guy
tell
here?
you. Can I explain? Let me tell you why I'm here. I woke up today and the spirit of the wolf was inside me. You don't get it. The spirit of the wolf was inside me. I felt like a wolf today. Ow! I just felt it in my soul. I felt it in my heart today. And hold that. I told you guys about Tottenham Hotspur. From the start of the season, there's been one guy who's been consistent about this football club, and it's me. And now you're seeing the downfall. I said the downfall is gonna start. I said they're gonna win no damn title. I said they ain't in no title race. I said stop glazing over Ainge. A little bit of adversity, and boom, they lose. Twice they've had adversity. Twice they've lost. This is the spirit of Tottenham Hotspur. Right here, we had George on last week on the top six talk about the fucking aura of Tottenham Hotspur. Where was your aura today? And I've developed a hatred for Cunha like I've never developed for a football player before, because he's the fucking worst football player I've seen this whole season in the English Premier League. Tottenham Hotspur can hold that, and no one can sit up here and deny that this is what Wolves deserve. 17 shots to Spurs' 6. Son was non-existent today. Why didn't he step up when Madison was away? He didn't step up. Very disappointing performance from Son. Spurs deserve to lose this game, and this is who they are. It's who we are, mate. Yeah, this is who we are. And now I hope Luton does the same job for me as well.
Fuck
Anyway,
off.
love you all. I will fuck off. See you guys later. Man.
Cheers, Sam. Thank you. I'm going to go to George first, mate. Look, I think in the end, I thought it was a result you were going to grind out. I was sitting here ready. I had my tweet ready. I was going to praise you guys for kind of getting through the adversity, getting through a game we didn't play well. But to lose it like that in the 91st and 96th minute, how are you feeling? What did you make of the performance and the setup from your manager today?
Sorry, my head is absolutely gone, man. I'm rattled, and I'm not. It's not even because of the game the fact we lost rattles me. But I was gonna come here, even when we won, and say that performance was shocking. The performance was not acceptable. I don't know what happened today. It's very similar to the Fulham performance. The team were not at the races. I look at the manager. I definitely look at the manager. Dyer and Davies, starting with that back two. Yeah, that defensive duo, I genuinely can't take it. Every Spurs fans know they are the reason we have been Spursy. They are bottle jobs. They are the reason that we've downfall every single time. And I expect this. I expect to concede goals. I went into this game and I knew that there was going to be some trouble at the back. But it had to be in typical Spurs fashion. Let's wait until the 90th minute. Let's wait till the 90th minute and then we'll break our own hearts. It's an absolute joke. Just like Husam said, though, look, the front three went at it. Kulu, I'm on to Kulu and Son as well. Kulu and Son, they were absolutely poor today. They really did not step up the way I wanted them to. Even when you saw that, like right at the end when Bentancur played Son in, and you saw it was 1v2. Any other time that you see Sonny in front of goal, he's the person you expect to go take on the man, run down the left side, and take a shot at goal. I don't know what happened. I really don't know what happened. I have to look at all the players today. I don't feel like there was any good performance. I don't think anyone can walk out with their head held high. Honestly, maybe you can look at Vicario. Yeah, Vicario had a good game. He always does. But anyone else, it's just absolutely poor today. The lineup, we cannot go with that lineup again. And yeah, look, the injuries definitely got to us. The injuries and suspensions got to us. You can clearly see that without all those players that we have and we need, they're key to the Ange system. These players that came in today, a lot of them were a part of the old regime. And as we saw, the old regime is what took over. The whole game, we were passive. I looked at that team and I was expecting to see us press. There was no pressing. We falled off. We sat back and we played to Wolves' advantages. And it was always going to be a tough game going away to Wolves. And we can never deny that. Wolves are a good team. They've been very good at home. But today, they were a lot better than us. They deserved the win. And it was just absolutely shocking from us. No excuses. Just it's poor.
I hear you on that. Kate's here with us. Kate, this is something you have been very fearful of happening. As soon as there's some injuries, as soon as this happens, the levels of performance drop, the defeats start to come in, and that's 2 games. I know you had sendings off in the other games, but injuries as well. It's 2 games where you've had that adversity, 2 games where you failed to win. Are you now worried about the next few months without Mickey, without James Maddison, potentially without Brendan Johnson, if that's a strain on his calf as opposed to cramp? What was your thoughts, Kate?
Big up, everyone. Sorry, just say hello. Yeah, I was surprised we even took the lead. I'm not going to lie. We're playing. This is why I went off at Harry when he said we could win the league. You cannot win a league with 11 players, and our squad is terrible. I mean, we had Dyer and Davis in defence. We had Royale, who's just can't even cope. Johnson obviously done a great move in the beginning. This is why when I first spoke to you, Terry, and we was talking about the Spursy tag, I said if we're ever going to lose that tag, it's going to take years, because even when we've got 1-0 up, we've still managed to throw it away in the last, like with the 97th minute, and we've lost the game. It's just I just don't know what to do with this club. I feel like every season we go round in circles. If we don't get any investment from leaving, things are never ever going to change. You know, Spurs fans think, oh well, maybe Dyer will step up, maybe Davis will step up, maybe so and so will step up. These players have let managers down for the last 10 years. Do you know what I mean? It's just never going to change. I can't see where this sense of confidence came from at the start of the season. Yeah, we started really well, but at the end of the day, we still have got a paper-thin squad.
Yeah, no, I hear you on that. And look, Harry's here with us. You know, you were very confident, not just about winning the league, but very confident about this game, that the team would react and respond to the injuries. There'd be no major issues. What did you make of that performance today, and why do you think it went so wrong for Tottenham?
I wish I was blind. I know I'm partially, but I wish I was fully after that. I mean, to be honest, yeah, Kate, I will hold my hands up and say, yeah, squad depth was one thing you mentioned. And to be honest, it showed today. You know, like you say, we're barely scraping the 1-0 lead. And then I knew that was going to happen at the end. You know, once it was 1-1, I knew that third goal was going to go in. Third goal. You know what? Normally I'm here with a lot of gas and that, but today I haven't got many words.
You should have thought of that a few weeks ago.
No, it's fine. Like you said, you know, yeah. I'll believe until there's a point where I have to hold my hands up and say.
No, I hear that. So, but in terms of the game, we don't need to go into your beliefs on this because it's not relevant, I don't think. Why do you think is it just because of the players that came in? Is it because you didn't have the creativity without James Maddison? What would you put it down to?
Yeah, I'd say firstly lack of creativity. Obviously, the players have just come off a massive loss as well, so they're a bit, you know, their heads in too high. I think not having Maddison in the game as well made a big impact because, you know, someone was struggling up there. It was almost like he was playing on his own. He didn't have anyone that was going to dip through the midfield and get forward. But yeah, the lack of creativity, lack of squad depth. You know, I thought Davis had a good game up until the end. Vicario again, but yeah, it's just a difficult game to go Wolves away, and we struggled really.
I hear you on that. I hear you, Jacob. Is someone else again? I'm not putting you in Harry's category of positive towards Tottenham, but you're obviously disappointed with that result today. What changes do you want to see? What stood out to you as we can't make that mistake in the next game back against Aston Villa?
I said before this game ever started, do not start Eric Dyer. Ben Davies, that's fine. You can start him. But I'd rather see a young guy like Ashley Phillips go out there and struggle for 90 minutes and look like a Bambi on ice rather than Eric Dyer, who, if you watch both 2 goals, where was he and what was he doing? And how many times did Ben Davies, another slow defender, have to track back and help him out? That's the problem. Is these players that have capitulated under previous managers are now getting this chance, and they're showing their true colors. I mean, going up a goal in the first 135 seconds of a match and then just doing nothing after that is absolutely bit. We deserve to lose. We didn't deserve to get a draw. We didn't deserve to get the win after, you know, I'm sitting there at halftime wondering, is that all we're going to do? Hopefully Angel's going to rally the troops in the locker room was my thought, and really didn't get any of that. So it was really a gutless performance. It was pretty boring, if I'm honest. I had to wake up at 5 a.m. for that, and it wasn't a great showing. really not a lot of positive things to say. Brennan Johnson got his first Tottenham Hotspur goal. That's really it. And again, you can watch the first 2 minutes of that, 3 minutes of that match, and then turn it off because the rest is just nothing until the stoppage time. Because honestly, it's just disappointing, very disappointing from my perspective. And what I would like to see changed is, I'd rather us go out there with U21s as our center backs than Eric Dyer. It's just that at this point, at every juncture, no system has he worked in my eyes. Have I seen Eric Dyer work? So for me, you got to start gutting out the problems that have led us to this juncture, and Eric Dyer is the main culprit of that, in my opinion. And again, you don't want to blame just one person for a team really falling apart there at the last minutes, but I just look at the goals and I just say, if we had a competent defender in those moments, maybe we could have cleared that. But
can I just say, the thing that seems, again, so crazy to me about these two at the back, they tried an offside trap in the last second of the game. They both tried to step forward to stop the runs, and there's 3 players running. What are you doing? There's 3 of them trying to do this at the last second. There is actually absolutely no sense made from Dyer, Davies, and Højbjerg. I really don't want to see any of them play in this team, but we have to. We have to bear them out. They're 3 players that we didn't want in this team at the start of the summer, and yet they're here causing us nightmares yet again.
You know what I'll say about Eric Dyer that pisses me off? It's just the way he defends. What are you doing? I understand pressing like this, pressing like that. But he does that, backing up the whole time. At one point, does he tackle for the ball, challenge for the ball? He just stands there looking at him. I don't understand who taught this guy how to defend. Matter of fact, he's not even a defender. He's a midfielder. But you're so shit at being a midfielder that they had to move him to defender, and he's still shit there. So you're not a footballer, bro. Look for a different career path because it's not for you, bro. You don't know how to do your job. At the end of the day, you don't want, as Jacob said, you don't want to put the whole performance on one player. But you look at those 2 moments and you're like, bro. Generally, I'd rather have a cone there than have Eric Dyer because a cone does serve the same purpose as Eric Dyer. It's embarrassing. And
I think it's quite crazy that Eric Dyer and Ben Davies have both been at the club for 8 or 9 years now. How we've had these 2 incompetent players playing for a top 6 club. Let's be honest, and we still happen to rely on these players. We should have bedded these players out so long ago. Ben Davies not so much, but Eric Dyer, yeah, he's got to go for me. I just think today, for me, I think we've just missing so much character. Even in Sonny, he just looked fed up, especially when George said he went on 1v2, and look, it just looked like he couldn't be bothered. Just no character, nothing. I don't know if it was up to Ange for that, to be honest, but everyone didn't seem up for it. I think Basuma coming off as well was a mistake. I know he was on a yellow, but if he got a red, let's be honest, he would have missed.
Something else
the next game anyways.
The refereeing was so bad. There was no consistency in none of the calls. And people are going to comment and be like, oh, yeah, Dan's crying about the referees again. Oh, my God. No, bro. There was 16 fouls where Wolves would make, and you're like, come on, at least a yellow. And then Basuma would fly by and a fly would hit him on the head. And it's, oh, no, yellow card to Tottenham. It's so bullshit. It keeps happening as well. Craig Dawson, I don't know who this guy thinks he is. He stepped on Son, and the referee didn't even give him a yellow card. Are you dumb?
What about whenever he gave him a pimp slap? He gave Youngman Son the old pimp slap. Ref said nothing about that.
Wait. Please don't blame the ref. It's not the ref. It was us. It's not
I gotta go. I'm just gonna say this. First things first. It's beautiful. I just want you to know this is my favorite show. Let's get it. This is what I'm talking about. You guys, whenever you guys lose, I love it. Obviously. There's a couple things I have to say. I predicted the scoreline. I said it yesterday on the top 6. I said it on Twitter this morning, and I said on numerous shows that I've been on, even on my own channel. I knew you guys were going to lose today. And another thing, your chance creation. Where'd it go? One of the best chance creators. You couldn't create a big chance this game. Where Wolves, on the other hand, created 4 chances.
Why are you asking a question?
Where did it go?
You're asking questions. He knows the answer. Where did it go? James Madison wasn't playing. That's pretty obvious.
They would have been at least 2 goals up way sooner. But the fact is, it took them until the 97th minute, but they got the game.
You're coming here saying you predict
won their game. Now, let me continue. I told you guys that you guys wait for thin squad, and some of you guys, like Dan, thought you guys were going to be able to manage. Your manager played diabolical in defense, Ben Davis and Chicken Royale, and guess what? The Wolves ate him up. They couldn't do nothing about it. At the end of the day, you guys had your opportunities. Wolves were the better team. You didn't create enough, and I don't want to hear none of you guys crying about referees. I don't want to hear none of you guys crying about anything else.
Wolves were the better team.
Ange Postecoglou, Mr. Media Darling, has been getting sucked off for 11 weeks. Now that he has a real test where he has injuries, he's finally facing that challenge.
You mean
let's see how you guys do in the next game. I think you guys are going to lose against Aston Villa, and I'm putting it down here. I think it's going to be a 4-game losing streak before you get your next win.
Well, I'm glad your predictions are always wrong, Egal, because keep going.
Hey, I was right yesterday.
Hey, Gal, I'm glad you're here.
Blind squirrel finds a nut every now and then, right?
Yeah,
listen, there you go. But guys, I gotta go. I got a game to go win. Unlike you guys,
Burnley.
Do you know what? Cheers, Gal. I love you, Gal, but I would not be doing that just because my team's kicking off. I'd be keeping my mouth firmly shut until full time. That's just me. I'm not here bantering. I might banter tonight if Man United scrape a win past Luton. Do you know what I mean? Until then, I'm keeping stuff.